let's walk through API post-submission actions. So like other post-submission actions, we're going to set these actions up in the After Submission tab in the form builder here. And if your account allows, based on your subscription level, you will see this API processing option is here. Expand that and you'll see the different API calls available for us to make after submission of the form. So by default we have two integrations, which is to Salesforce and Indition CRM. For those, all you're going to do is click on it, choose the previously made connection to the CRM account. You do that just by providing your email and password, or username and password. And then you're going to create a mapping from form fields to fields in the account. So for example, if I pull out this Indition CRM one, I can choose a previous connection. I can say I want to create a contact, and then I'm going to build my call that I'm going to make. So here I'm going to map first name. These are fields in the Indition CRM for a contact. And then what do I want to provide for the first name value? I can choose field values for my form, or if I was going to say make a constant, I could say first name, or this could just be Bob, something like that. But then every single contact created would have the first name Bob in that scenario. So I'll actually put the first name. That means whatever the first name entered in the form is what we're going to send for first name. And you could do the same thing for last name, and we'll do last name, and so on and so forth. As you have fields in your form, you can map them to fields in the CRM account for creating a contact in this scenario. We also have the ability to do custom API calls. Here you still have to go set up the authentication, connect to this custom system. So in this scenario I do have one connected. And then here, whatever the API URL is for making this custom call, type that in here. Choose your format, and then again you're going to build your call. So what's the name of the data, and then what's the value you want to send for that. And you just do that over and over. So you can say first name equals first name. And this depends on the system you're making the call to, what this data name would be. Maybe do something like email. I don't think I have email in this form. Oh yeah, I do here. And then so on and so forth. You create your API calls. And at the very end you can choose what you consider a success. And that'll be whatever that system returns. And then you just hit save, and then what's going to happen is after the form is submitted, we're going to make a call to the API that you entered in that custom API and send the values entered in the form over. And our last option here for API calls after submission is static API. And here you can include your authentication data in the API URL. So you'll see here, first give the API URL, then add authentication data. So you don't need to have a connection to the system you're making the API call to first for making this type of call. But then the same thing, you build your API call here and determine what's considered a success. So in addition to just the standard options, which is Salesforce, Indition CRM, custom, and static, we also have field dependent for each, which then allows you to set up conditions or criteria that needs to be met in order for that API call to be made. And that is how you set up a post-submission or after-submission API call in Indition Forms.